Hi, my name is Wakira Rump. I initially sent you an outline on total knee replacement, but I changed it to blindness. I feel like blindness I really don't know too much about. My mother had total knee replacements on both of her knees like 2 months ago, so I kind of did my research on that. I didn't feel like that would be like anything that new that I would learn with the research that I was doing. So I decided to do blindness. Blindness caught my attention because I was like, what could I write about that's health related that could be interesting to me? And I thought about this one time. I was like 7 or 8 years old. My stepbrother decided to get the car, but we were told that he was completely blind, or he was blind. So in my definition of blindness, as the years came on, I just thought blind was you can't see at all, period. But as I did my research on blindness, I realized that blindness can be permanent, it can be transition, it can be complete, it can be partial, it can be where a person's just blind at night or night darkness. You know, when you go outside and it's pitch black outside, and it's some people who really not able to see, their eyes are not opening up or adjusting to the darkness outside. But in order to be legally blind, the U.S. Federal Social Security Office has to determine if your visual field is no greater than 20 or less, and 1/10 of a normal visual field is not adherence. It's estimated that 5 per 1,000 people are legally blind. One-fifth of those people are legally blind in the U.S. In the U.S. are totally blind, and 5% of those are 20 years old. 20 years old. Two-thirds are people that are like 65 years or older. I talked about give me a second. I talked about the difference blindness in the U.S. and from developing countries. As we all know, developing countries really don't have the resources, or lack the knowledge of understanding blindness or the effects or things that could cause blindness. One of the things that stuck out to me was vitamin A deficiency. In developing countries, they really don't have the resources to kind of grow the plants that they need, like kale, asparagus, broccoli, things of that nature, to strengthen the muscles of the eye. So it's a lot of kids over there who lacks vitamin A, and it's hard for them to understand like how you put all those green leaves and into perspective of how they eat every day. Sometimes they really don't even get a chance to eat, so how can they intertwine leafy green vegetables into their diet or whatever? As we do in the U.S., it's a lot of us that lacks the knowledge of healthy diets and stuff like that. It's a lot of us that don't know what vitamin A and stuff do. Like, I'm one of those people. I'll be the first to admit I'm kind of bad at making healthy choices. But it's said that eye exams around the time of 3 years old can prevent blindness. So the children get 3 years old, take them to the doctor to make sure that they're not getting any inflammation or anything in their eyes and stuff like that. I also seen that pregnant women, sometimes can leak. It's I want to say it's a bacteria that they can leak into the kids' eyes while they're in the womb, and it makes an infection in the child's eye when it comes out, and that can cause blindness. Also gonorrhea. STD like gonorrhea can cause nitrate solutions to leak in the child's eye, which that can also cause blindness. Cataracts and glaucoma is something that's really found normally in elderly people. While glaucoma is caused by infection, cataracts is just something that comes along with age. It typically, it's like gray hair. You really can't do anything to change it. It's no known solutions or treatments for glaucoma or cataracts. Well, even though you can get cataracts surgically removed, you can't reverse the blindness that's already happened with your eyes. In adults, diabetes and hypertension can cause blindness because of the leaks in it, the blood leaking into tiny blood vessels in the eye that can cause blindness. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I talked about how people in London had a conference. They had conference workers for the blind, and they came up with they didn't come up. They just adopted an alphabet called standardized English Braille, and it's like an alphabet but with like dots and stuff, and blind people can use that to read books, do different things with it. I've also seen my stepbrother use, the face recognition on the phone, where you talk to your phone and it says it types what you said, or it can read out to you what's been said, or like people calling and stuff. And those are some type of things that they use, to try to make it a little easier for the blind. Trachoma is another disease that was like a worldwide cause of blindness. It's an infection or a tumor, and it's an infection or a tumor, and it causes blindness in any age. There was something else I wanted to talk about. And then I also want to end in this video, because I didn't write it in my paper. I wanted to talk about like the myths of like being blind or getting blind or something like that. You know how we all hear like, if you eat as many carrots as you can, it guarantees that you won't be blind. That's really not, the case. Carrots are good, but like various other green leafy plants can also be put into your diet. Too much vitamin A can be, harmful more than beneficial sometimes. So you have to watch the intake of vitamin A that you're consuming into your body. You know how our grandparents say reading small print for long period of time can cause you to become blind. That's a myth. While it cannot cause you to be blind, it can cause strain in your eyes. So you want to try to, like, if you can, blow up the text that you're reading or whatever, and that can, help you from squinting and stuff like that. Strobosis is something that's seen in children from squinting. You know how we squint. It's a lot of people nowadays that squint, to try to see the board far away or up close. So you want to just try to keep an eye on all those things throughout a child's, infant, toddler, teenage years. You want to keep an eye out on stuff like that, because in the long run it can cause damage to the eyes.